All right, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celeste Divine. It is after midnight, so bear with me as I try and get this message together and out. I don't usually speak at night, so pardon me if my voice is low, and I'm also in my bed because it's late, and yeah, I want to be comfortable. So this video is about love and what it means to be loved and what it means to love yourself. So a couple years ago, I was meditating and I had received a message. I think I was trying to get clarity on, like, what is my purpose? What am I here to do? You know, just tell it to me straight. And so the message that I received was that I just needed to be loved. Just be love. And at the time that I heard it, I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Just be loved. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? How can I make money from that? Like, I'm trying to figure out what my career is supposed to be. You know, I'm like, where's my footing in life? And you talking about just be loved. And so that lingered in my head. It's just like, okay, just be loved. And so, like, anytime I'm going through like a rough patch or a rough moment in my life, I am reminded, like, just be love. And then I've kind of like been going on this journey of discovering in those moments of turbulence in my life, I was discovering what it meant to just be love, like what it meant to move from a space of love. And so when I started doing the 29 days of self-love, that came back up, just be love. And so I just asked Spirit, I said, okay, what does that mean? You know, I was like, what does that mean? What does it really mean? That was the question. What does it mean to love yourself? Like, for real, what does that mean? And I let that question linger, and I came home later that night and I was meditating before bed, and it came to me. Spirit said, read the book in the Bible about love. Hold on. Because lately I've actually been reading the Bible a lot more lately, which is very, very interesting. And then I'm gonna get into this. It's very interesting because my grandma passed away a year ago, some time ago. But before she died, she came to me in a dream, and she was like, make sure you read your Bible. And I woke up from the dream like, she know I don't be reading the Bible. I'm not religious or none of that. Like, why would she say that? And so after that, I just picked it up and I would just turn to a random chapter, random verse, and read from there. And there is usually a message in that for me. And I've been taking this time to decode and learn the way that Spirit is trying to speak to me. I think that for us all, like, you have to develop a personal relationship with yourself, with your higher self, with spirit, with your connection to God. And you have to learn how to listen to the way that spirit is trying to communicate with you. And if you are in a place where you don't understand the messages that are being given to you, it's okay to ask for clarity. It's okay to say, okay, I know y'all keep sending me these numbers, but I don't know what 928 means. Okay, I don't know what 1221 means. I need you to give it to me straight. Send it to me in a different way. And so at that point, you have to keep your ears and eyes open, your vocal cords flowing, because spirit is going to come a different way. If the numbers ain't hitting it, okay, let's send some animals. If you still not getting it, we're going to have these billboards and these bumper stickers and these commercials and songs to come on to let you know what we're trying to say. It's going to come in many different ways. We're going to give you random songs in the middle of the day that you haven't heard in ages. We're going to send you random books in the Bible, even though we know you don't even know all the books in the Bible or what the hell is going on half the time in that book. But you'll get it. Like, you're going to get a message in some way. So don't discard anything that is coming from you once you have learned to listen to your voice. So I just had to say that real quick. Okay. So the book in the Bible, it was several passages in Corinthians, and another spiritual teacher on YouTube, she had actually received the same download. And so she went into decoding all of the other parts of Corinthian that I had some notes on. So I won't get into that, but I will share her video on my community page so you can watch it, because it was really, really powerful. Okay, so the book in the Bible about love is 1 Corinthians 13. And it goes into, so this book, it goes into like, what is love? Love is this, and it's that, and it's that, and it's that. And so as I'm reading it, Spirit started to decode what that really meant. And so I wrote it down, and I'm going to share it with you. And in here, it also says that essentially it says that love is the greatest gift to have. In a previous section in the same book, it goes into talking about spiritual gifts. But it says that you can have all of these gifts and they don't mean nothing if you don't have love to go with it. Like, you can have all of this connection, you can intellectualize everything, but if you are not moving from a heart space, you are never truly going to get it. Okay, and you're never truly going to be able to step up and step into all of who you are. So that's why self-love is so important, because when you truly, truly, truly connect to yourself, when you truly can face yourself and show yourself unconditional love, divine grace, compassion on a deep level, like, that is you tapping into God source. That's straight love. Okay. And so I'm gonna get into what Spirit told me. This is what Spirit had interpreted to me, what it means to love yourself. And so love is patient and kind. And that means that you are being patient on this journey of self-discovery and remembering who you are. You are being patient with yourself. You are being kind to yourself, because we can't give anybody anything that we don't have. And if I don't have a way to love myself, if I don't know how to love myself, I can't love anybody else. And that means that if I can't love other people, I can't fulfill my destiny. Like, I can't do the job that I came here to do, because I came here to love and to share love and express love in my unique way. And so if I don't even know what that is, how can I be that? How can I do that? So all of these things about love is energy that you are supposed to direct to yourself. I am supposed to be patient and kind to myself, because love is patient and kind. It says, love is not jealous. It does not brag. It is not proud, which means that everybody is not on the same path, and that you need to focus on yourself. When you start worrying about what other people are doing, that is taking you out of alignment, that is taking you out of the vibration of love. When you are looking at other people and being envious of their journey instead of recognizing the divinity and the beauty and the power in your own divine journey, and allow other people to just be without judgment, without jealousy, without wanting to have what somebody else have, and you recognize that you are all that is, and so you have it all and you want for nothing. So there is no reason to be jealous. There is no reason to brag, because you recognize that God is in us all when you recognize it in yourself. So why do I need to boast about it when everybody else literally has some of the same of what I have? It's just expressed in a different way. And so we're not here to service our ego in that way of wanting validation, because that's essentially what bragging is. You don't need to seek validation. You don't. Worry about yourself, and don't be proud. Don't be walking around like your shit doesn't stink. Recognize that we are all flawed, even, you know what I'm saying? Even you, even me. And so be humble. Love is it doesn't need to try to be anything. It is. And so there is humility in that, and just recognizing that we just all are, if that makes sense. I really hope I'm making sense. Okay. Love is not rude. It is not selfish, and does not become angry, and does not anger easily, which means that you need to have positive self-talk. Okay? Don't be rude to yourself. Don't neglect yourself. The most selfish thing you can do is not care for you, is care for everybody else without giving to yourself. You have to be of service to yourself first. In doing for yourself, you are going to naturally be able to do for others. But if you can't do for you, you can't do for nobody else. And being kind and patient to yourself. When you allow room for grace, you don't need to be angry. You don't need to beat yourself up mentally when things are not necessarily flowing as effortlessly as you would like them to. Be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself like somebody that you care about, okay? And you should talk the best to yourself, even though sometimes we talk to ourselves the worst. Like, sometimes for me, the way I talk to myself in my mind, I would never speak to anybody like that. And so why am I speaking to myself like that? Love does not remember wrong done against itself, which means that you need to practice self-forgiveness. Forgive yourself. It's okay if you made a mistake. It's okay. It's okay if you said that ridiculous thing and you're like, why did I say that? It's okay. Let it go. It's in the past. Forgive yourself. We make mistakes. Love is not happy with evil, which means that you have to have self-worth and allow people to treat you. You have to have self-worth. You cannot allow people to treat you in a negative way because you feel like you deserve it. That's the evil. Evil is allowing somebody outside yourself to treat you any kind of way. That's the only way I could say that. Love is happy with the truth, which means stand on what you believe and what you know. Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself. You need to have full trust in you. Self-trust is the truth. And you gotta be like completely honest and vulnerable and open and transparent with yourself, to yourself. Nobody else have to know you like that, but it is your duty to know yourself inside and out, good, bad, and butt-ass ugly. Like, you have to know who you are. You have to. And then you have to forgive the parts that you don't necessarily like and embrace them. In doing so, you are integrating. That's the ultimate shadow work, is integrating the parts of myself that I don't like, but they are me. And so even though I don't like it, I show myself grace. And I love that part of me because it needs it. And you integrate all of that and you come into wholeness, okay? Not that you're going to be walking around perfect, but you have forgiven yourself. And so you are released from the karma, from the heaviness, from that energy that was holding you in that place when you were not forgiving yourself. Am I going on a tangent? I'm trying to stay focused. Love patiently accepts all things, which means that when you are in a state of love, you are allowing the energy to flow. It's like whatever happens, because I just am. And I know that I will always be. And I know that I am okay regardless of what is flowing, okay? So I accept all things. Even if it's bad, like this must be what I need right now. And so I'm going to see this thing through. That's what that means. It always trusts, always hopes, and always continues strong, which means that you always need to trust yourself. You always want the best for yourself, and you do not give up on yourself. And lastly, it says love never ends, which is you realizing that you are and you always will be. You are eternal, okay? And so at any moment that you're having is not worth bringing you out of this beautiful flow state of love, because there'll be other moments and the tide will shift and you will still be you in your experience here right now. You are the longest relationship you will ever have. And you get to decide what type of relationship you want to have with you. If you want a healthy relationship, we all want healthy relationships. When we invite people into our lives, we are not consciously saying, I want a toxic partner. No. We are in search of balance and healthy relationships and healing and function. And so we need to learn how to give all of those things to ourselves. When we give it to ourselves, 12:21, I see that on my clock. When we give the love to ourselves, it aligns us. And when we're in alignment, our energetic vibration, our aura is busting. It's bright and it radiates and it's large. And when we have a large, radiant aura filled with love, we will magnetize in love from the inside of us outside, and it will be bringing in manifestations of love, of abundance, of joy, of happiness, of harmony, of flow. And so self-love is giving yourself all of the things that you desire, but internally. And when you do it internally, your world will shift. Your reality will literally change into a life of love and flow and harmony and joy and peace and happy. And so the last message that I had was that the most spiritual thing you can do, the most righteous thing you can do, the most magical thing you can do, the most metaphysical thing you can do is love. And if you don't know what love is, then find out. Ask questions. I remember once I was in love and we were going through a really rough time. We were breaking up and it was really sad and it was really hard and hurtful. But I went to meditate. I'm always meditating. I went to meditate at the water. And while I was there thinking about love and giving the water all my problems so she can heal them, a lady came to sit next to me. And the spirit told me to ask her a question, which I did not want to do because I am very reserved. I'm very quiet. I'm introverted. Do not like talking to strangers, but I did. And so I turned to her. I said, "Can I ask you something?" She's like, "Yeah." She was a cute little white lady. She was so sweet. That was great. I said, "What does love mean to you?" And man, the answer, she came to the water because she was leaving an abusive relationship. And she came to sit and reflect and figure out what her next move was going to be and how she was finally ready to leave because, and that's so funny that this story coming up right now. I love it. But she was thinking about how she was ready to leave him finally because she realized that she deserved better. She realized that she had had enough of being mistreated, of not being loved. And essentially she was in that moment making a decision to love herself. And I often I often say to myself especially when I'm in like a romantic situation, I forgot where I was going. I forgot where I was going with that. Wait, it's gonna come back. Okay, there it is. I often say to myself especially when I'm in a romantic situation, and things are kind of getting shaky where boundaries are kind of being crossed. And it makes me ask, like, is this a space where I can continue to love myself? Like, is this situation compromising the level of love that I have for myself? And it really makes me stop and reflect and reevaluate situations and recognize that this might not be in alignment with my idea of what it means to love myself. And, and okay, that's really what I wanted to say. I often say that I keep being met with situations that are forcing me to prove that I love myself. And a lot of times I think, especially when we are going through our periods of healing and searching for ourselves, that you realize that when you do start to love yourself, you just make decisions to really be vigilant about having toxic people in your life who are not allowing you to fully give to yourself the way you need to. Like, I was in a relationship recently, and they made it seem like me loving myself meant that I didn't love them. And if you are ever in a situation where somebody wants you to love yourself less and love them more, you need to leave. Because when you recognize that when two people come together, they come together as two whole people. I'm a whole one. I am not half a one looking for the rest of my one. Like, I'm a whole one, you're a whole one. I love myself completely. You have to love yourself completely. And because I love myself completely and you love yourself completely, we can share the love together. Okay? And so really find out what it means for you to love yourself. I can't really tell you because we all are going to experience love in a completely different way. So I'm just sharing my journey and the information that was given to me about what it means to love yourself. And I really hope that a lot of people share, what their idea of what it means to love themselves. I understand that self-love is so much deeper than taking a bath, getting your hair done and nails done and putting on makeup and wearing cute clothes and all of this outside stuff. Like, the real love sometimes, a lot of times, is tough. It's tough love, but it's true. It's the kind of love that it checks you like you ain't doing right. And that's the kind of realness and transparency that you need to have with yourself when you are, in those moments where you alone. You got to be straight up honest with yourself. at all times. And so that's it. That's it. I really hope I said it all. I really hope I made sense. I really hope I made sense. I tried to have some notes, but okay. I think I'm out of words. So thank you if you made it this far to the end of this video. I appreciate you, okay? Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video. This was my nice long little rant. I try to be a little more structured than this, but I just had to get the thoughts out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Okay? I'll see you in the next one.